Management Team 6. Welcome to the community meeting for the Caldor incident. Today is August 30th, 2021 at 5 p.m. Coming to you live on Facebook and Zoom. The format of the meeting is going to consist of an informational update, an operational update, and then some questions and answers and closing comments from our incident commanders. And at the end, we're going to do a condensed version of this in Spanish, en español, después de esta cita. Right now, the incident is at 177,260 acres in size, 14% containment, and 3,684 firefighters personnel fighting this fight. So just as a reminder, we get our informational updates, or we send them out at least consistently 2 times a day, at 7 a.m. at 7 p.m. They go out on our incident update sheets, and they look like this. Additionally, there's also a QR code that we paste everywhere. On that QR code, if you take your phone and you scan it, you can populate a tree link, and on that tree link, there's 16 different links that will give you anything and everything about this incident that you need to know. Additionally, we have also public information officers that are answering the phone. That phone number is 530-303-2455. Right now, we're going to get an informational update from our Operations Section Chief.
Good afternoon, folks. Cody Bogan, Operations Section Chief, Cal Fire Incident Management Team 6. I'm going to give you a little overview of what's going on in the fire the last 24 hours. So today we've had a very successful day throughout Division Alpha and into Delta. Alpha is still tactical patrol. We're still finding hot spots in behind the structures, and they're continuing to mop those up and get that depth and try to get the residents in the area ready for repopulation. As we come around into Division Delta here, on the bottom side of Delta, right by the division break, was an area earlier today that I was speaking of that we still had some open line. The crews were very successful today. They were able to get line in. Delta now has line all the way around it. Now we just have to progress in it and get it mopped up and get it secured. As we come around into Sly Park and up through the lake, all this is looking real good all the way up into the Highway 50 corridor. No real issues at all to report of as of today, and things are looking real good all the way up as we get into Highway 50, all the way through the river drainage, all up through there. The troops are tactical patrol and working on just getting that depth, securing the trees, fallen snags, and just trying to get that whole area along Highway 50 secure. We come up into Division H and the Branch 10, Division H, Division Ida. Things looking real good. Same thing. They're working on depth up in there, mopping up, patrolling, and just getting that whole area secure. As we get up towards the branch break up into Strawberry, the area all through Strawberry, they were in a firefight in there probably 24, 36 hours ago. Everything through Strawberry is looking a lot better now. They're continuing to mop up around structures and just trying to secure things. As you push on up the 50 corridor up into Echo Lake, into that country, they're currently in a firefight up there. They've been working. It's been a rough, long day for the troops up there today, but they have been decently successful. Luckily, the fuel's kind of run out, and it kind of slowed the fire progression down up on that north piece. Though air's been clear earlier in the day, they're able to work some aircraft into there, which obviously helped out a bunch, and they just continue to chase spot fires and bump and run with the structures up through that country. As we come back down the other side, down in through Kilo and into Highway 88, the Highway 88 corridor got hit pretty hard today. The fire has impacted Highway 88. It has crossed over Highway 88, and they do have a fire that is that's pushing up towards the Kirkwood area. It is in the kind of the dog leg in Highway 88, which I know some folks that are watching this can relate to this. It is in that dog leg between the Highway 88 corridor right now. The troops are working on it. We got equipment and dozers in there trying to cut that off and get it tamed back into the north side of Highway 88. As we get in back behind that area on 88 on Division Mike, November, and all through the backside of Branch 20 and into Branch 30, things are looking real good through there. It's been a success through that area. Tactical patrol, and they continue to mop up and patrol all through that country there. With that, to be in the report.
Good evening, Eric Lee, Law Enforcement Liaison, Team 6. So I'm going to describe kind of what we did today, some of the actions we took, and then I'm going to go through some of the questions that have already been given. So looking over here at the map, we put South Lake Tahoe in a mandatory evacuation this morning, working diligently with the County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff's Office. We were able to work to kind of do a tiered effect where we put in the evacuation orders. So we did it separated by a little bit of time to give folks' time so we didn't put so much pressure on the highways, freeways. Coming around here, as we did that, we did have to put another zone in Alpine County into a warning. Again, that's our standard practice, is we try to do that. I've also been in contact with the Nevada side about what their area looks like and all that, and we're working on that now, just taking a look at it to make some decisions later on. Fire has not reached their decision point yet, but we're just looking at it. Back over here on the west side, I do have some good news that we were able to accomplish today. Down here, we were able to put zone 1 and 2. We were able to eliminate the warning. If you look over here in Cement Hill, Farnham Ridge, Pie, these areas right here, we were able to put that from a mandatory evacuation order back into a warning. What that means is that we're allowing people back into their homes. That was an area that was not touched by the fire, and there was no fire damage in there whatsoever, so we're sending folks back in. So that's a bit of good news. I know normally we get up here and we tell you we're struggling with the fire and stuff, but that's a bit of good news that we can give you on that side. One of the questions I had was to describe once again what an evacuation warning and an order is. So evacuation warning, that's the areas described or shown here in yellow. That means that you basically just need to be aware of your surroundings, okay? It's what we call is obtaining and maintaining situational awareness. Now, how do you do that? You do that by monitoring TV, radio, paying attention online, updates, so that you know where the fire is, and you've prepared yourself. Should that turn into an order, then you're ready to go, okay? Now we're going to talk about the red zone right here. So all this red you see coming around, that's a mandatory evacuation order. What that means is that if you are in that area, you shouldn't be. You should have already been ordered out. You should be out of that area. That's what we did over here at South Lake Tahoe earlier today, is made a mandatory evacuation, and so people are flowing out of that area, okay? It doesn't mean the fire is going to reach there. We hope it doesn't, of course, but we're taking that precaution because of the 2-day wind event that we're going through right now. We wanted to make sure we're leaning forward and getting as many people out of harm's way just in case it went that way. One of the other questions we had was talking about repop of, let's take a look, of Slide Park area. So right over in this area right here, Pollock Pines, this area, I did talk to operations today about that, and one of the concerns that they had is, although we've got quite a bit of black line right across here, they were concerned that with this wind event and the direction the air is pushing, the wind, that it might wrap back around over here and maybe come up this way. So just out of the abundance of caution, we're leaving everything just like it is right now until this wind event is over, and then we're going to reassess it. We'll take a look at it and see in the next couple of days if we can make that a warning area up in here, okay? But right now it's staying in a mandatory ordered evacuation. Thank you.
All right, Cody Bogan, operations, back with you again. I got a few questions from the public. So the first one is, can you give a status on Homewood? So Homewood is up on the east side of the lake. As of right now, there's no real concerns up in the Homewood area. We're obviously using extreme caution throughout all that country. We got troops working out there looking at contingency lines and just getting things set up in case the fire does make a push up that way. But as of right now, Homewood does look good. What are critical fuel conditions? So critical fuel conditions are when the fuel moistures, so basically the fuel moisture is the moisture that is inside your wood, like your firewood. If you were to go cut a green tree and try to burn it in your fireplace, that firewood has not cured and it has moisture in it and makes it where it doesn't burn as good. Critical fuel conditions is when that moisture is all dried out of that wood and it wants to fully burn and burn a lot easier. And then the last question I have, and I kind of addressed it earlier, but status of strawberry. So I believe it's been probably 36 hours ago now, maybe pushing 48 hours ago. The fire pushed up through Strawberry pretty hard when it spotted across Highway 50 from the north side. That night and early into that next day, the troops were in a pretty good firefight all through that country in structured defense. As of right now, there's been no structure loss in the Strawberry area that we are aware of. It has been real hot out there, and we haven't got all of our DINS folks in looking at everything, but as of right now, there is no known structure loss through the Strawberry area. And with that, I believe that's all the questions I currently have.
Good evening. Dusty Martin, one of the Unified Incident Commanders. So we do have a couple of questions, and then I'll go into kind of the closing comments for the night. There's been a lot of questions about structure loss as this fire has moved, and I want you to know that we do have multiple damage inspection teams that are out. They're evaluating that for us, and as soon as we can get some good, solid, concrete information, we will get that to you. One of the things I want to talk about tonight is there's multiple questions, a lot of focus on a lot of different areas, and there's a lot of focus of what's going on up in the Tahoe Basin area. And we are having a press conference following this meeting that's going to address that. But I do want to make sure that each and every one of our communities that surround this entire fire here know that we have not lost sight of that. We have resources in each and every one of those communities. We have firefighters working tirelessly every day to continue to bring mitigation and add more black line to that. Lots of questions about Pollock Pines, and our law enforcement liaison answered that. Once we get through the wind event and we can get some of that fire buttoned up here in the next couple of days, our folks are going to start looking at that Pollock Pines Camino area. As I've said in the days prior, it is one of our #1 priorities to get the citizens back into their communities as soon as safe as possible. We still have to make sure it's safe before we put you back into the community, and we don't want to allow folks into the community and then have them leave again. So we are going through those checkpoints. Some of the changes that you are going to see here in the next coming days, you're going to see the California National Guard. California National Guard is going to be managing traffic control points to help protect and provides our CHP and our El Dorado County Sheriff's Department to free up some of their resources holding those traffic control points, and then to better serve the community and be a bigger presence. There's been a lot going on in the last couple of days, and we've got a lot more going on in the days coming. This firefight is still far from done, but I do want you to know that CAL FIRE, the United States Forest Service, stand together to bring this incident to mitigation. Thank you, and have a great night.
Thank you, Dusty. Okay, I just want to make some clarification for something our operations section chief talked about. So Homewood is on the west shore, not east shore, just for clarification. We know that. There's a lot going on, so we just want to make sure we clarify that for all the viewers out there. And there's some questions about structures. We continue to have 20,414 structures that are a remaining threat at this point right now. So our ask is that everyone that wants to know information about the structures, the evacuation zones, go to that link tree and look under the evacuation map that's provided by our law enforcement partners to give you a very good perspective of that information. Okay, at this time, we're going to go ahead and conduct this community meeting in Spanish, en español.
Hola, buenas tardes. Ricardo Tlapala, vocero, California Incident Management Team 6. Con el breve operativo, el sumario en español de hoy, el 30 de agosto, del incidente Caldor. Les queremos recomendar que para la información más al minuto, que nos sigan nuestras páginas de redes sociales. 2 veces al día publicamos nuestra información, se ve así. Tiene un código QR que pueden escanear con su teléfono y deslizar toda la información más corriente, incluyendo datos y mapas. Ahora les voy a seguir con el breve operativo. Hoy tuvimos un día bueno. En la división A vimos que la hemos redondado completamente y tenemos líneas de control. Lo que están haciendo nuestras esfuerzas ahora es siguiendo la calentura que sigue